Jurassic World Rebirth. That's right, folks. Jurassic World number 4, Jurassic Park number 7. It's that time again, folks. It's been a couple years since the last Jurassic movie came out. And you might have forgotten about dinosaurs in that time, so we gotta quickly whip out a new movie for you to watch. The turnaround on this one, it's pretty quick. I think it was announced in 2023, so they just said, oh, Gareth Edwards is going to make one. Okay. And they did. It might have even been like early 2024 they announced it. Like, they went right into production on this thing. And you can really tell. If you have been following my channel for a little bit now, you might have seen I've done an entire episodic adventure where I looked at the history of dinosaur films starting from 1925 all the way up to today. In that period, I talked about the first Jurassic World film, which, upon rewatch, really made me feel cynical and upset, and really just reminded me of the mid-2010s state of franchise filmmaking, where everything was just Lego sequel trying to make you relive the magic you had 20 years prior. A terrible time watching Jurassic World. A movie I did not enjoy, and doesn't hold up in my opinion. That whole trilogy, actually, I will say, I don't even think it's that good. Fallen Kingdom is really weird. I don't know why you would make that movie. And Dominion is inarguably garbage. So Rebirth. Let's do something different again. Yay. What else can you do in a Jurassic World movie? Apparently not a lot. This movie is very, very sloppy, but somehow very, very gorgeous. A lot of that is Gareth Edwards. The guy knows how to make a creature feature. He likes to film big, sweeping, epic stuff on a relatively limited visual effects budget. I'm sure this is more than the creator, but you can really see, like, oh, the visual language that he built for the creator, he's bringing over here to do a Jurassic World movie. So you got a filmmaker who is very talented behind the scenes. Like, he knows what he wants to shoot. His cinematographer is very capable. But for the life of me, he doesn't know how to work with a script, because the script is terrible. And I think a lot of his movies have really bad scripts, but he somehow makes, something beautiful out of an absolute dog shit script. This is the most egregious in terms of the scripts, and we'll get into that in a minute here, because it is just very exhausting what happens in this movie. When I was sitting down to watch it, one of the things that went through my mind was, this feels like a really lame streaming service, 8 episodes that was morphed together into a blockbuster, kind of like Moana 2, kind of like Lilo and Stitch. The formula in my head was like, oh, this is kind of like a spin-off of the actual blockbuster that's a little more like temperamental and quiet, so then we could put it on streaming and then it's like expand the narrative there. But then people said streaming's dead, so they like combined all the footage into like a 2-hour movie. That's not what happened. That's just how it plays, because the script is so poorly written and so poorly executed and paced that nothing has cohesive transitions or strong narrative flow. If you like this movie, I'm not mad about it. I think general audiences don't have the smartest minds, and I'm 100% convinced that this is going to be the blockbuster of July. We have 2 other big movies coming out, and I'm not talking about the Smurfs, that could rival this one. But the thing is, this is a tried and true formula, no matter how bad these movies are, and the majority of them are bad. 7 movies, maybe 2 to 3 are actually good, 1 is really good, the rest are mediocre at best. People eat this garbage up, and it is garbage, because this is just a B-list schlucky slop fest of a movie, and that's okay. I like that stuff. A big part of this channel is me talking about that stuff. But the difference is the budget, the skill behind it, and the intent that is behind the piece. This is intending to be a brilliant, sweeping, beautiful return to form for a Jurassic World movie. We're going back to a park. We're seeing some new dinosaur stuff. We have new characters and familiar situations. That is always a detriment to your franchise. When you are introducing me to new characters that are doing the same thing we've seen before, it really just goes to the point of like, what are we doing here? And none of that is more apparent than in a Jurassic World sequel. Because it's even more of what are we doing here? The first Jurassic Park movie, a movie everyone likes. The sequel is we have to go back. The sequel to that is we have to go back. The fourth one, Jurassic World, is let's do the park again because we have to, because it's bigger and better and we can do it better this time. And then by the time you get to the seventh movie, you can't have it be we have to go back to the island. Nothing about this movie sparks of the term rebirth, which I don't know why that's the title, because it's like to lead off a new era of this stuff. But nothing is reborn. It's not like they save the dinosaurs from dying, so it's about like the rebirth of the dinosaurs. This movie says like the stakes of the previous Jurassic World movies don't matter because the dinosaurs can't live in the real world. They have to live in like this special climate on the equator or something. So we're not rebuilding like the population of dinosaurs. It's not like the rebirth of humanity either. There's no reason for it to be called Rebirth other than we're doing a new one, which makes no sense. At least in something like Final Destination Bloodlines, it is about the bloodline of a family that is connected to the stuff going on. This has no connection to its title. The plot is very contrived, and that's okay. We don't have a Crichton behind this. We don't have a Spielberg behind this. It is David Koepp, though, and David Koepp is the original screenwriter from the first Jurassic Park movie. Well, my guess is he got paid a lot of money and turned in a first draft, and no one was going to tell him, we need more stuff in this. It could be the case that maybe in his original draft, there wasn't a random family that shows up 30 minutes into the movie, and they're like, I thought Jurassic Park was about kids in peril. Can we have kids in peril? So they added that stuff. Maybe that's the case. But if I am David Koepp, I'm not proud of this script. I'm not proud of this going to be what was filmed, because so many of the themes you're trying to explore don't get picked up on. The premise of this movie is that these people have to go to the island where they were doing genetic mutations. They're doing it so they can secure the blood of 3 separate dinosaurs that could help cure heart disease. Never once does it come into effect that the blood they have to take is from the genetic mutations. It's from 3 regular dinosaurs. So the fact that this island is about genetic mutations doesn't really matter to anything. It's just an excuse to show us new dinosaurs, which I don't understand, because have we run out of dinosaurs to show on these things? There's no Triceratops or Stegosaurus in this movie, so I don't think they're running out of dinosaurs. I just think they're lazy and are like, can we make something bigger than the T-Rex? Let's get into that really quick. The genetic mutated dinosaurs we see, there's only a couple of them. There's only a couple that we see. We see a lot of normal dinosaurs, but the genetic mutated ones we see include like a weird raptor pterodactyl hybrid thing, overly designed, and a really dumb excuse to redo the raptor scene from Jurassic Park. Instead of being in an office, though, this time it's in a grocery store. Or is it a convenience store? It's some random store where there's like freezers and stuff. So that's bad. But the big bad of this entire movie is the D-Rex, the Distortus Rex or whatever it's called, which appears at the very beginning in silhouette and at the very end. It's just such a waste of a design. The design's terrible, by the way. I don't like the design. It's less dinosaur than it should be, and that might be my biggest critique with the designs of these mutant hybrided creatures. It's not dinosaur enough. This doesn't look like a natural creature that would exist in the wild, which should be the point of this. If we're hyping up paleontology, let's not make a xenomorph mixed with some other random bullshit as our main bad guy. It makes no sense to me. It's a stupid looking creature. It does absolutely nothing. It serves zero purpose. It doesn't kill a single main character. Does it kill any character? I can't really remember. I guess it does take down a helicopter, which is impressive. But it's a dumb-looking design. What I will give credit to, though, is the thing that I always give credit to Garrett Edwards for. He really knows how to film scale. His Godzilla movie was good at it. The creator was pretty good at it. The guy knows what he's doing. So when we have big dinosaurs and our characters are interacting with them, you feel the weight of it. You feel that they are big and imposing. But so much of this, including the dinosaur stuff, is like 3 good action set pieces, and by good I mean they're passable. One on a boat, which is pretty cool, one on the side of a cliff, and then one in like a really ugly abandoned bunker. So many missed opportunities here. And I don't think this type of story is wrong for a franchise. It can feel very stripped down. We have to go back to the deserted island and cure medicine. It's very just, we've done 100 of these things before in a franchise, so this is the only story left we have to tell. It feels very much like that, and that's either going to be for you or you're just going to get annoyed by it. But I think for a general audience, which again, if you're watching this, I don't consider you general audience, but to your coworker or your family members who don't really see every movie, this might seem special and interesting. It's stupid and lame, and general audiences are stupid and lame, but that happens sometimes. So we have to make movies for our co-workers and our family members, which is what this is gonna do. The cast in this thing too, it's a lot of heavy hitters giving you nothing. I know Scarlett Johansson was really campaigning for this movie. She's a huge fan of the franchise and was like, get me in there, coach. Like, I can bat 100 here. Let me do it. So she's in here. She plays Zora Bennett, and this is a mercenary who's hired to go to the island and get the blood samples. They try to like set up an arc with her where she's like learning to love again, or like finding empathy. It's hard to do when your entire character is screaming at the things happening around her and being tough. She does fine. Rupert Friend is also in this. He's businessman working for the shady business that wants to take over. Making the villains in a Jurassic movie like corporations is never a bad thing. Underplayed in this one, it's just like, look at this annoying white guy who's the bad guy. We should have saw more of the corporation being shit. This guy just sucks. I enjoyed his character well enough. Jonathan Bailey is playing Dr. Loomis, and I'm like, okay, Dr. Loomis? Okay. He's a paleontologist there's literally a line where he says, I studied under Alan Grant, and I rolled my eyes because I'm like, okay, we know what this is. You're not impressing anybody by saying that. He is a very charismatic man, and you can really tell that he has chemistry with Scarlett Johansson because their entire press tour is like her maybe leaving Colin Jost for this guy. Like, there is just so much chemistry between these two that are never gonna like get acted upon, but it's just really fun to see that. He's cool, I guess. Just, it's nice to see him succeeding. They showed the Wicked trailer before this, and I just went, yeah, I mean, I guess that's also what he's working on. The duality of man, Dr. Loomis and Prince Fiero. I can't believe I remembered his name from that movie. Mahershala Ali is Duncan Kincaid, which sounds like a really made-up name, but it's a real guy's name in this. He lost his kid, and he's divorced, so he wants to protect the kids in this movie. He's the only character in this movie that feels like a grown-up, and I think that is lacking in the other characters. He's really good, though. Maybe the strongest performance because you buy that this guy is capable and aware of the situation. And that leads us to the family, because we're setting up our team, getting all of our parts in motion to go to the actual island, and then just hard cut to this dad and his 2 daughters, and his daughter brought her boyfriend. They're on a boat, and then they are just in the movie. They're just the B plot, and I'm like, you really just killed all the momentum we were building up to with these stupid family members because we apparently have to have children involved. Your character, Duncan Kincaid, says he has a kid. Well, what if you just say he's with his kid, and then you have a kid there? That's a part of it. So this family's insane. The boyfriend is written to be a caricature of a human, and that's the point. you're going to get a lot of like dad core humor from the dad being like, I can't believe my daughter likes this guy. They are an annoying subplot. They interact with a T-Rex, and that's from the book. So there you go. You got that scene from the book where the T-Rex is in the water. They are annoying. They don't add anything. It's such a forced plot line that really derails any momentum that we built at that point. They're terrible, and I don't like that. I don't like the energy that brought. There is so much just bad on-the-nose writing that either doesn't get paid off, doesn't go anywhere, or feels so lazy and contrived that nothing really matters. The end of the day, I don't think this movie is as cynical as things like Jurassic World or Jurassic World Dominion, but it doesn't feel happy. I think there's a sense from the crew that is on screen and the director that these movies can be imposing. But you can definitely tell this is a specific level of budget, so it can't be too scary. It has to be Universal, which is, of course, the company that makes it. But we're not going to take any chances. We're going to pull our punches. We're not going to kill anybody that we don't want to kill. We're not going to have any of our characters have any real, like, ethos to them. They're just going to be stuck in this position of react, be happy, be a good character. This is just where we are right now with this stuff. It doesn't feel like any of it has any weight or merit. You could easily tell a really compelling story within the Jurassic World universe. I don't know what that would look like, but I think there is something to say within that. Dinosaurs as a brand, they may be dying, but you just have to like get the right level of energy into it to revitalize it. But this is how you kill a franchise. Not financially, just with like the death of 1,000 cuts. A poor script, a mediocre storyteller, nobody really committed to trying any real risks, you know? Just doing the things that people like. And I don't know how much longer people are going to put up with that. Before I watched this movie, I would have said it would be dead in the water, where people don't want to do this anymore. But somehow, for some reason, Jurassic World is the one franchise where people will put up with the mediocrity and make it a global sensation. It's tracking to do like 300 million worldwide this weekend. What have we become? What are we? What is any of this? This is a bad movie. It's got a terribly weak script. And as much as I love dinosaurs, you can look behind me and you can see the influence that dinosaurs have on who I am. I'm a child. When I roll my eyes at everything happening and don't really find any enjoyment, that's a problem. That is a problem. There's some good action, and the designs are good for the normal dinosaurs that aren't hybrids. But there's only so much that Gareth Edwards can do on his own to make this work, and it just doesn't get over the hump of being a miserable slop fest that feels like a condensed version of a 8-episode script from Paramount Plus. It is on par, in my opinion, with bad movies like Lilo and Stitch and Captain America: Brave New World. But I like this one more because it is shot on film and looks better, and that's a lot of just Edwards being a better director. So, Jurassic World Rebirth, I am going to give a 3 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.